Today we are rebuilding Wrexham. That's right, the Hollywood story continues. Now, as you know, Wrexham are now in the Championship and we're going to do things realistically. We've got big ambitions for the club. We want to take them to the Premier League, maybe one day eventually win it, maybe challenge for the Champions League, get some trophies in the cabinet. We're going to be investing in youth. We're going to be making smart signings. Let's kick off season 1 of the Wrexham career mode. Now, funnily enough, I actually saw that Phil Jones was linked with the job. So there he is. I mean, doesn't really look like him, but you get the gist. Phil Jones is going to be taking over Wrexham. And of course, the racecourse ground, we will rename Crown Lane. And maybe one day we'll build a bigger stadium. Hopefully we'll be able to. We'll wait for promotion to do that. But we've got the racecourse ground right now.
A warm welcome to you all. Without further
And there he
delay,
is, the new
pleased to
gaffer,
introduce your new
Phil
manager.
Jones. Maybe could have done a bit better with the face, but here we are. Let the Wrexham career mode begin. First things first, this is what the lineup is currently looking like. Now, we do have some key players. First of all, being Ben Sheaf, who's brought in from Coventry for about €7.5 million. And he's actually better in the CDM position. So I kind of want to adjust the formation to have a CDM. But also, we signed Nathan Broadhead from Ipswich. He was the record signing of the summer for Wrexham. And I think we're going to play him on that left mid position. I know technically it would be a bit of a wing back role for him. He's a bit more attacking. But I think if we pack the midfield enough, his defensive duties won't be so bad. I'll show you what I mean a bit later. Also, we've got Kiefer Moore now. He is getting on a bit in terms of age, but he's our highest rated striker. He's going to be our talisman. 33, but he's 6'5", so he can be a really good target man for us. We also brought in Connor Cody with a lot of experience, and we're going to be trying to replicate some of those transfers, bringing in experienced players. I think the biggest player for the future has to be Callum Doyle, brought in from the Man City under-21s. He's going to play a big part. I'm probably going to retrain Liberato, retrain his position to be a left mid. We'll have a look at a few of the positions after we change the formation. And so I think realistically, Wrexham would actually suit a 3-1-4-2. Now, we will sort out the player roles in a second. But what I'm expecting with the ball is that one of the midfielders gets forward, the wide midfielders / wing backs turn into wingers and really get up the pitch. And also, we want to have Josh Windass and Kiefer Moore up front. This will probably be more of a false nine. More for build up, and Kiefer Moore is going to be the target forward, trying to win balls. And then we'll have one midfielder being attacking, Sheaf holding, and then the back three holding as well. I think in the Championship that could work, a little long ball tactic. Let's look at the personnel a bit more. So this is the lineup I had in mind. Let me know your thoughts on it. But I think this way we get the most out of our key players. Like Callum Doyle, he's going to grow a lot. Eventually, Cody will be replaced with either Brunt or Cleworth. So I'm not too worried. Yam, 29, he should still grow. And Issa Kabore, obviously only with us for the season, but the likes of Broadhead can improve as well. So I'm looking forward to it. Let's have a look at retraining some of these positions. So we'll be retraining him to be a left mid, Kabore to be our right mid. Matty James, I'm actually going to try and make him a centre mid in case he goes up in rating, because he's got quite high passing, a bit lower defending, so he might go up in rating, become a starter. And more importantly, we've got Dean Windass, who's going to become a striker, but a false nine alongside Kiefer Moore. Now, we are in November in the season, so obviously no transfers just yet, but in January, we may look to bring in one or two. Realistically, I don't think they do that much in January, but we will have a look at who's available. But what we want to focus on is youth development. So as you know, when I use the youth academy, I get rid of all the current existing youth players so we can bring in our own. Now we do have a youth scout here, Hooper, 2-star, 4-star. And I think I'm going to bring in another one, but realistically, Wrexham aren't going to fork out 3.4 million on a scout. So considering we don't have much budget, I am going to go for this 3-star, 4-star. I don't think it'd be realistic to take a 5-star, 5-star, but Championship is still decent. You do find Championship clubs producing good talent. So we'll bring in him. And what we're going to do is, of course, we are going to be scouting Wales. We're going to send Hooper to Wales for 9 months. And with our aging striker situation, I'm going to look for a striker and a cam. So either a striker, cam, or centre mid, to be fair. The midfield could do with updating as well. But guys, we're only allowed to sign a maximum of 3 youth players per season. And I'm also going to go to England for 6 months. We're going to try and find a future goalkeeper for the club. I guess Okoronkwo isn't too old, but I mean, in the coming seasons, is he going to be Premier League quality? I'm not too sure. So we'll bring in a new keeper as well. And that's going to be our scouting for this first season. And I think the one thing I want to improve going into January is finding a new centre mid, someone a bit higher quality. So I'll be on the lookout for a centre mid, maybe even a loan opportunity from one of the Prem teams. So I guess all that's left is to get us to January and let's have a look at how the team is performing. So we've got a first unexpected event and it's an interesting one. So the board's actually offering us 100% carryover for any remaining budget into the next season, which could be really good for next season. I think it looks like we're going to have to check where we are in the table in January to see whether or not we want to spend that money. But a very interesting one to consider. So we've made it to January the 1st and the transfer window is open. We've got Blackburn away, but let's have a look at the, I nearly said Premier League, the Championship table. And okay, we're sitting in 8th. You know what? We're not far off the promotion places. So we're actually only 1 point behind Stoke, which isn't too bad. Very close affair though, because we say that, but we're only 4 points off 17th. So definitely an up and down affair in the Championship. Coventry are still leading the way, Hull just behind them. So interesting. Okay, we'll try and keep the momentum going. Now, as for the squad, this is what it's looking like. And unfortunately, I feel like a few of our older players are starting to regress. The second half of the season, it feels like we're safe. So I may start Cleworth a bit more to get him some game time. And I did say I want to bring in a centre mid. Matty James did regress. I think some of the older players will be getting rid of. I know James McLean, club captain, did sign till the end of the season. But in EA world, he has requested a transfer for whatever reason. So we'll probably be moving him on. So I've decided I want Broadhead further up the field, maybe even playing in that false 9 role. So we're going to retrain him to be a striker. It's going to take him about a month. And then that's going to allow him to be our starting left mid. So I'll show you what it looks like. So I don't think it's going to be possible for Josh Windass to become a centre mid. I think I called him Dean Windass earlier. Sorry about that. But I'll keep him on his training plan to be a striker. And with that, he should be all right. And guys, an update on the youth academy. We've identified Nathan Bainan now. He's 17. Probably could leave him here to get a better idea of what his potential is. But I'm going to promote him and I'm going to try and get him a loan. 63 overall. If he gets a decent loan, he could be a starter next season. And so guys, I did say I want a new centre mid for the season. And there's 2 players that I'm thinking about now. Zidane Iqbal, ex-Man United player, so it makes sense with the Phil Jones link. And he's been up and down at Utrecht. I think he does have potential, really good on the ball, really technical player. And apparently we could get him for about 2 million. So he's going to be my first choice. That way we can still carry over budget into the next season. We've got 4 million to spend. So, you know, I'm going to start it off at 1.95. And there he is, getting the number 17, Phil Jones' first signing of the Wrexham era. 2 million. I feel like it's money well spent. Now, the moment of truth, only going to take him 2 weeks to become a centre mid. And with his dribbling being so good, I actually think he might jump up in rating. At least I hope so. Maybe if we were making him a cam, he'd jump up. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. And guys, I'll be throwing him straight into the starting lineup for our game against Blackpool. This is the starting lineup. Let's see if we can get the win in the FA Cup. We win 4-3. Look at that. So maybe an FA Cup run. In terms of ratings, Iqbal 7.2. I don't mind it. And Kabore can now play right mid. He actually didn't jump up. A little bit surprised about that because he's got quite high dribbling and stuff. So fair enough. He's still 73 overall. Now, Iqbal's position has been retrained and he goes up. Lovely to see. So he's up to a 70 and pretty straightforward business. So Jay Rodriguez, he's still at the club, but at the end of his contract, he'll be leaving. And we also loaned out George Thomason because he wasn't getting much playtime. Unfortunately, James McLean, club captain, decided to walk out on us. He went back to Stoke, so fair play to him. And we obviously brought in Zidane Iqbal, who's going to be our star midfielder for the future. So that's the business so far. Let's get towards the end of the season. Let's see how we're doing. And maybe we'll have a bit of an FA Cup run. And now we are up against Aston Villa. We're at the racecourse ground, so maybe we'll get the win. It is not looking good. We lose 2-1. So unfortunately, we're out of the FA Cup. Okay, guys, we have reached the end of the season. Last game is against Middlesbrough. We will have a look at the table and see how we're doing. Okay, so our first season with Wrexham. We're not in relegation trouble. It's a mid-table finish. We finished 14th. Could go up a place, could go down a couple spaces. But a decent enough season. 60 goals scored, 60 goals against, 60 points. Kind of the 15 wins, 15 draws, 15 losses. If we could end the season here, I would, because that's like perfect symmetry. But we can't. So let's see what happens against Middlesbrough. A nice 1-0 win to end it off. So we do in fact sneak up to 12th place, which isn't too bad. Going up to the Premier League is going to be Coventry and Southampton. So Southampton definitely turned the tide around for their season and getting relegated. Maybe we can look at some of the relegated teams, see if we can take any of their players. Sheffield Wednesday, Oxford and Derby. And for our youth academy guys, we've managed to scout one beast of a goalkeeper, Ruben Stanley, 88 to 94. He has one playstyle as well, cross-claimer, which is great to see. Only 16, so we are going to loan him out, 57 overall. But 88 to 94 potential. When we're challenging for the league, he will be a key part of the squad. And for the player of the season, presented by David Beckham, that is going to... Is that Josh Windass? It is Josh Windass. So Josh Windass has won player of the season, despite us finishing mid-table. I mean, let's have a look at both the team of the season and the stats, but that is great to see. And here is the team of the season. So Windass won, but did not make the team of the season. Interesting. No Wrexham players at all. That's fine. Next season, it'll be ours. Now, as for stats, Ollie McBurney took the golden boot with Josh Windass not far behind. How about Taif Chong scoring 19 goals from midfield? That's kind of crazy. I think with that alone, he's going to be added to our shortlist because, wow. And as for assists, Nathan Broadhead representing. But Taif Chong, what a season. Same goes for Ollie McBurney. I feel like he was kind of robbed of the player of the season award from Josh Windass because, I mean, 26 goals, 9 assists. He really should have been winning it. Now, as for the team, two of our really important players, Ben Sheaf, he grew by 2, which is great. And Callum Doyle grew by 2 as well. I wonder if we can get him a new deal. We can't just yet, but hopefully we can extend their deals soon. So, Ben Sheaf's got 2 more years. Callum Doyle has 3, so we're actually looking not too bad. And Liberato, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he has grown up by 2, thriving in that left mid position. We've also got Lewis O'Brien, who's doing well, and Nathan Broadhead. They will stay around this team for next season. Same goes for Arthur Okonkwo. But some of the lower rated players that didn't actually play have submitted transfer requests. Not happy that Cleworth has, but I mean, what can we do? Hopefully I can loan him out or something. I'm not too sure. But we'll try and sort out for next season. Let's get there. Okay, so this is what the team looks like for season 2. And I mean, already we can see what needs improving. So I think the right side of the team, Windass, our right mid, our right centre back, all could do with improving. Maybe even a better goalkeeper as well. I think we really want to target promotion this season. And also, we have a lot of players that just aren't going to get game time. So I'm going to try and sell some of those. I'll try and keep a few, but realistically, I think if Wrexham were really to make a serious push at getting promoted, then a lot of those players won't be there. And so guys, last season, Wrexham spent about 40 million euros. This year, we're only going to have 10 million pounds. So The Hollywood budget has been cut a bit thin, but we should still be able to bring a few players in. I'm going to focus on bringing in some free agents, getting in some loans, and seeing how that works for us. So the first free agent we have identified, Adam Webster, 6'3", 31 years old, has Anticipate. Obviously was at Brighton behind Lewis Dunk, Van Hecke. He does want a lot of money, though, for a championship defender. So we'll see what Phil Jones can convince him and his agent to do. Now, I think he fits in with the squad, adds a bit of leadership as well. Obviously, Connor Cody was doing that last season, but he is getting a bit older. He did start to regress. So at least Adam Webster still has a bit of the quality. Age is on his side, I guess, 31 years old. If he gets enough starts, then he shouldn't regress. And I think he's going to be a big part of us trying to get promotion. And guys, wait till you see this deal. So as mentioned from last season, Taif Chong had an amazing season at Sheffield United. He is joining Wrexham. He's getting the number 7. Obviously, would have been around with Phil Jones when he was at Man United, can play in a whole host of positions, and we got him for 2.7 million, which I think is a great fee. We had to give, I think it was about 15 or 20% sell-on clause, but an excellent deal. Taif Chong for sure is going to help us climb up the table and approach those playoff positions. So I'm actually going to retrain him to be a right mid. He actually started off his career as a winger, so that should be fine. And yeah, I think he fits the system really nicely as well. So very nice to see. And the signings don't stop there. Now, we've worked out a loan deal for Luis Comas. Obviously, he's Welsh. He's got loads of potential. He's from Liverpool. And the last couple seasons, Liverpool have loaned him out. So I'm not too sure he's got much of a future at the club. He's joining on a loan, but we do have an option to buy for about 5 million or so. So if the loan goes well, then we keep him. If not, we send him back. And guys, this season, Phil Jones has decided to make a little bit of a tactical tweak. So we're actually going back to the 3-4-2-1 formation. And with this as our potential lineup, I think it looks really promising. Once we get a new right centre back, then I actually think we look really good heading into the new season. I'm tempted to move Broadhead back one into a cam. Maybe Iqbal and O'Brien can rotate a bit more, and then we sign a star striker. But we also needed a good right centre back as well. I think I'm going to need to sell some players too. So let's see what happens. Now, I feel like we are spending our money well because we're bringing in another signing, another loan player. This one is Veron Naipan. Obviously, he was on loan at Middlesbrough last year, and he's going to get another loan in at Wrexham from Man City. And what's good about him is he was playing centre mid. He's probably better in the 10, and that's where we're going to retrain him to play. So guys, I was going to bring in an experienced striker, but I want to do something different. This is a Wrexham career mode. We're here for the long run. Now, James Wilson, he's been decent at Hearts, and he actually had a really good season last year in career mode. Loads of potential, and I think we can actually get him on the cheaper side of things. I'm hoping for like 1.6 million with a sell-on clause. Yeah, look at that. Amazing. Gotta love career mode. Anyway, we're going to put our trust in the youngster. Let's see how he does. Now, I am a little bit worried that he's not the biggest striker in the world. I think he stands about 5'7", and that could prove to be a slight issue in the championship, but I think he's got the technical quality, the pace as well to do good. So, bit of a risk, but we shall see how he does. Now, as far as a realistic rebuild goes with Wrexham, we got a Hollywood budget, so we should bring in a Hollywood player. Now, it does say he's at Montreal because he did move to Montreal the season prior. However, he actually came from LA Galaxy, I guess their academy. He came from LA Galaxy 2, and that is Jalen Neal. So I think we can get him for less than 2 million, and he should be able to grow quite a bit as well. So it looks like we have our new right-sided centre-back. And there he is. He's getting the number 3. And also, it's really nice to see that he's got a real face. So Jalen Neal, one for the future, hopefully a Wrexham player for the long term. And Veron Naipan's development plan is done. And yeah, he goes straight up to 73. It's not going to take him too long to be a 74 either. I'm going to retrain him to be a shadow striker. In fact, I'm not going to retrain him to be a shadow striker. I feel like his passing could do with improvement. So I think advanced playmaker might be a bit better for him. And here we are at the racecourse ground with the first fixture of the season. We are up against Middlesbrough and we're hoping to get the season off to a good start. And here we go. This is the lineup Phil Jones has decided to go ahead with. No start for James Wilson, but starts for new boys Webster, Neal, Chong, Naipan and Kumas. Windass getting the call up. Player of the season last year, so it makes sense. And this is the Middlesbrough team we will be facing. Of course, their main man, Hayden Hackney, still in the midfield. Going to be a tough game. Let's see how we end up doing. This new boy, Taif Chong on the ball. Gets it into Windass, who finds Naipan. And Naipan puts it wide. Could have been the perfect debut goal for the team that he was on loan to last year. Would have been a great start. Good ball forward into Kumas. Gives it to Tahith Chong. Looking for a cross. Windass not fast enough. Back to Chong. Chong with the shot. Blocked. And no debut goal for any of the debutants so far. But we do have a corner. Chong manages to shield the ball. Gets it forward. It's great passing. Great touch from Naipan. Great touches from Naipan. It's a great save. Honestly, I don't know what we need to do to break the deadlock here. There's Middlesbrough coming forward. Got a lot of space. Webster slides in, but it's not good enough. The defence looks really shaky there. And Middlesbrough take the lead. Wrexham fans are stunned because it's been all Wrexham. But Middlesbrough aren't complaining. And that is 1-0. Cross comes in into Windass with the header. What a save that is. Wrexham fans cannot believe it. Corner comes in. Headed away. As far as Sheaf. He's got a bit of space to line one up. But well blocked yet again. And it's going to be a double substitution from Phil Jones. He's bringing on Nathan Broadhead and new signing James Wilson to see if Wrexham can get a goal back. Middlesbrough still on the ball. Cuts it back and he's put it wide. That would have put the game to bed. And maybe one more chance for Wrexham to salvage anything from this first game of the season. Ball goes into Naipan, gets the turn and gets the shot off. In added time, Zvera Naipan becomes the hero and he celebrates against his old club. I guess he was only on loan there, but although it's not a win, it feels like one because we've salvaged a point at the racecourse ground, first game of the season. And guys, it is deadline day and we are bringing in one more player. It is a centre-back, a well-known centre-back actually. Made the move to Tottenham, went on loan and hasn't really done much. So he is joining Wrexham on a permanent deal and Phil Jones using his Blackburn connections because this guy used to be at Blackburn. Ashley Phillips, we're signing him for 6 million. Hopefully he can kickstart his career in the Championship once again. And guys, with that signing, this is what the team is looking like. I like that we've managed to keep a few of the mainstay, I guess, foundational Wrexham players. A shame that the likes of James McLean had to leave. And yeah, I'm liking the team. Guys, let me know what you think of it in the comments. Also, leave a like. Let's try and get up to, I don't even know, let's go for 150 likes, let's say. And let's have a look at the rest of the transfers that we did. So it was a really busy window, bringing in Webster, Wilson, Phillips, Naipan, Neal, Kumas and Chong. And as you can see, we sold Yam. He wasn't really going to play, especially we brought in a couple defenders. Cleworth has gone to Sheffield United as well as Lewis Brunt, Rathbone, Bickerstaff, Sam Smith, Dobson. I didn't really see a future for those guys, unfortunately, so they have all gone. And lastly, we are sending 2 scouts out. One is going to Wales, of course, to find a centre-back or a centre-mid. We're going to see. And then to the US to find some quick players on the wing. And guys, we've got an unexpected event now. Striker James Wilson and Okonkwo have clashed in training. Now, hopefully they're not going to be out for too long. We will have a look. So Okonkwo broke his finger. He's out for 2 weeks. And James Wilson has a foot injury. So he's out for 2 weeks as well. Not the worst thing in the world, but we'll see how we manage to cope with it. And we've got a game up against QPR. Let's see how we do with the changes. We get a win, 2-1, Broadhead and Sheaf getting the goals. So we have made it to January, guys. As you can see, this is what the table's looking like. We haven't done too bad. I do feel like we've conceded a few too many goals. 35 on the season in 25 games is not the best record. Not the worst for sure, but it's actually quite low. So hopefully maybe we can try and bring in... I'm actually thinking a new goalkeeper, honestly. Okonkwo hasn't been the best. We'll have a look at the stats in a bit more detail, but it's Ipswich and Wolves leading the way with a Sunderland in at third. We hopefully can reach the playoffs this season. We're only 6 points off the playoff positions, but let's have a look at the stats and see what needs improving. So stats wise, top goal scorer is the man we got on loan from Liverpool, who will hopefully be signing on a permanent. He's got 9 goals in the league, 10 in total, and that guy Taif Chong is so good. 8 goals, 6 assists in the league, doing really well. So is Sfera Naipan. So in terms of goals, we're not lacking any. James Wilson only played 9 games, obviously had the injury, but he has picked up 3 goals in that time. So I don't mind it. We're not too bad. Definitely could do with maybe a defensive improvement. If we look at our centre-backs, Connor Cody, whose contract is expiring, and he doesn't want to renew, unfortunately. He'll be leaving come the end of the season. Webster, he's been okay. Not amazing, but okay. Jalen Neal has played a few games, got a goal and an assist. And then Callum Doyle and Ashley Phillips, those two are the future. And as for our budget, we've only got 3 million in the budget so far. So we could sign a keeper, but then it's going to be quite unlikely we'll be able to pay Comas's release clause, or his buy option, I should say. So bit of a dilemma, but if we get promoted to the Prem, we probably have enough money to just sign him outright anyway. So guys, I think I've identified a decent enough keeper now. Roman Berkey, you probably know him for his time at Borussia Dortmund. Obviously, he moved to the MLS a few years ago and has been there ever since. But age 36, he's probably approaching retirement age. Never got a chance to play in England. Why not get him a chance to play in England? I mean, we'll see if we can bring him in. I don't want to pay any more than 500k, 550. So if we can't get it done for that sort of price range, then we might just leave him where he is. And there he is. A lot of experience being added with this signing. Hopefully it will help us keep a few more clean sheets, stop conceding goals. And as for the rest of the outgoings, as you can see, Ryan Burnett left 1.1 million. I think his contract was running out, and you know how the game is, he requested to leave. Ryan Hardy and Revan are out on loan. And also, guys, Ryan Longman, his contract is expiring. He doesn't want to renew, so I will just be accepting this offer. Unfortunately, that's just how the game is right now. Hopefully, EA will improve it in due time. Okay, so it is Roman Berkey's first game at the racecourse ground. Can he keep a clean sheet? No, he cannot. Did he get a decent rating? Okay, 6.6 is not awful, but I was really hoping for a clean sheet there. Of course, he is going to be our starting keeper next season, but Roman Berkey's come in. He's actually been doing a good job, to be fair to him. So Okonkwo is going to go on loan. We're not selling him, of course not. He is going to Marseille. It says 2 years. He'll be back next year. Don't worry about that. And guys, we've got another youth prospect, Tom Lewis. He is Welsh. He's 61 overall at the minute, 17. As you can see, he's got a few play styles: power shot, pinged pass, and intercept. Interesting ones for a centre-back. And defending's pretty high, physical's pretty high. Definitely would want his passing to improve. So we're going to promote him for the rest of the season, really train up his passing, and probably get him out on loan for the next season. So guys, we've reached the end of the season, and as you can see, we have finished 8th. Unfortunately, couldn't climb up the table, and you know what, we kind of stepped back because we are 17 points off the playoff position. We ended up conceding 68 goals, so the defense didn't really improve much. We managed to score so many goals though, so I think we were like the 5th highest scoring in the league. So it's not too bad. We'll have a look at the top scorers. Ivan Toney at West Ham, so he came back to England. What a story that is. He scored 37 goals. And hold on, did West Ham get promoted or not? Yeah, that was enough to see West Ham get automatic promotion. So well done to them, and well done to their scouting department for bringing back Ivan Toney. Now, in terms of goals, we don't have anyone in the top 10. James Wilson, he actually played majority of the second half of the season. And you know what, 16 in 22 games. We're going to start him next year and he's going to be absolutely amazing for us. Don't worry about that. In terms of assists, that nearly went to Ivan Toney as well. Taif Chong representing with 11. So really good. We'll see who gets player of the season. But unfortunately, it's another season in the championship. And we've got news that Josh Windass wants to leave. Honestly, at the age of 33, he's been good for us, but we're not going to be able to get him to the Premier League. So we're going to let him go because his contract is expiring next year as well. So hopefully he'll be sold. And Josh Windass decided to go to Coventry. So for 1.4 million, we will be letting him go. And in terms of player of the season, this time it is presented by Eric Cantona. And player of the season is going to Ollie McBurney. By the looks of it, he managed to get player of the season. How he managed to win player of the season over Ivan Toney, I will never know. But there you go. And as for the team of the season, unfortunately, no Wrexham players this year. But honestly, next year we should. And there's Lewis Brunt, actually, who moved to Sheffield United. So shout out to him for getting into the team of the season. And as for team stats, guys, James Wilson led the way, only 26 games, and he scored 17 goals. Honestly, next season, I'm really excited to see what he looks like. Now, Comas, what is interesting, guys, is our budget. We haven't done well with money this year. Otherwise, we'd be signing him straight away because his value is now 13 mil, and we have a 5 mil buy clause for him. Tahith Chong, 25 goal involvements in all comps is amazing. Svera Naipan done his thing as well. Broadhead, I actually want to trust him a bit more next season. He grew quite a bit and actually played pretty well. So with Naipan not being there next year, he'll get much more game time. Lewis O'Brien done well and Ben Sheaf is doing well too. And have a look at this, guys. Ruben Stanley, the goalkeeper we brought in, up to 66 plus 9. The Youth Academy player is looking amazing. And our other Youth Academy player, Bainan, he managed to grow by 2 ratings. And future captain, guys, Callum Doyle, he's now up to a 77. If we don't get promoted next year, expect Premier League teams to be in for him. And this is what the squad's looking like. Obviously, the likes of Naipan won't be around next year. Sheaf will probably start over Iqbal, and Webster probably still will start ahead of Neil. And guys, as for cup competitions, we did get bounced out in both of the first rounds, I think. So round 2 of the EFL Cup and round 3 of the FA Cup. And guys, we're into the next season, and of course we do have the opportunity to settle Lewis Comas's buy option. That is exactly what we're going to do. We are going to get an absolute bargain on our hands, and hopefully he's going to lead the charge for promotion. Oh, he wants a release clause, and you know what, realistically I feel like we've got to give it to him, right? Maybe we can try and go for a bit more money, but I'm not sure we can negotiate much. Okay, 42.5 million if someone wants to sign Comas, which I think is fair and I think is realistic. Let me know what you think. But as for Zvera Naipan, unfortunately we can't afford him, so he will be going back to Man City. So guys, this is what the team is looking like, and of course we do want to make a couple of changes. Now, the first thing I think we need to do is we want to really go for this. So we are changing to a 4-back formation, and maybe that will add a bit more stability. We shall see. And we will be using the 4-2-3-1 wide going forward. So it will mean we're going to have to retrain a few positions. But we have the likes of... Where is he gone? He was a left back prior. And then we're going to need a right back because we don't currently have a natural right back. Perhaps Ashley Phillips could slot in at right back, but I think we're going to bring in a right back, and then the rest just fits. Like Broadhead should be able to retrain to be a left mid, Tahith Chong in the 10 and Comas out on the right hand side. And you know what? I might even go Comas left, Chong as a right mid, Broadhead as the cam. We've got so many options. As you can see, we actually don't have that many players anymore, so hopefully we can bring in a few players on a free. And thankfully it's only going to take 2 weeks for Lewis O'Brien to be a CDM, and it's only going to take Chong 1 week to become a right mid. So I'm going to put him right mid. I'm going to make Kumas into a left mid, so we're going to have 2 sort of inside forwards, and then Broadhead is going to be the number 10. And seeing, guys, as we are lacking players in the fullback position, we are heading to the Youth Academy. Nathan Owen, 60 overall, 17, potential of 78 to 88. And he just looks like a Wrexham player. I don't know what it is about him, but hopefully he's going to be good for us. And as we're going back to CDM formation, we're going to bring in Bryn Phillips, who is a natural CDM. Hopefully loan him out. Maybe by January he'll be able to play for us. Who knows? We shall see. And lastly, guys, we found an absolute talent, Scott Mateus. Eventually he will replace Chong. He's only 16 right now. He's got inventive and first touch. Looks amazing. 16, and look at that potential, 80 to 94. We're promoting him, we're getting him a loan, and obviously we're only allowed 3 players, so that's the 3 players done. So first order of business, we need a starting right back, Cody Dremmer. He's a free agent, bit of a journeyman. He's played for Leeds, Luton, Birmingham, Hull, and actually Fulham as well is where he started off. I'm going to try and bring him in on a free. And there he is, getting the number 21. He is going to be our new right back. And guys, have a look at this for a loan signing. He's getting a number 1. That's right, we brought in a keeper. I've decided to let Okonkwo stay out on loan, and Carl Hein is joining us on loan. Another ex-Arsenal keeper. He's coming directly from Arsenal, and he's quality, guys. This is an intent for Premier League football because he comes in and he's 78 overall, guys. I think he might be our highest rated player. Him and Doyle are going to be our highest rated players, which is really nice to see. What do you guys reckon? Is this good enough for Premier League football? I mean, it doesn't look like it just yet, but if you anticipate a bit of growth from Comas, Broadhead, Chong, Wilson, Phillips, Doyle, I think we are thereabouts. And unfortunately, he's decided to leave. Kiefer Moore wanted to keep him around, but he requested a move, and makes sense to try and get some money for him. He is off to Wickham, so 440k. He's getting on a bit, so I don't mind. James Wilson is going to be leading the line anyway. So I feel like we still need to bring in a few players. And this guy, Charlie Crew, he was actually linked with Wrexham at one point. So 2 million with a 1% sell-on clause. We may as well give them more sell-on clause and maybe save a bit of money up front. Maybe let's get it down to 1.7. And yeah, that's going to do it. Lovely. So he's 21 years old, 68 overall, hasn't got any play styles, but that's fine. He's going to be a squad player to start with. And obviously he's Welsh, so that always helps when you're rebuilding Wrexham. And there he is, 1.7 million. I think I might loan him out. I'm going to see how many CDMs we have at the club and see, really, we could have got him for cheaper. Fair play. And guys, right now, we need players. We need players that can play a few different positions. Harrison Ashby, he was at Newcastle, was at West Ham for a bit. I think last he was at QPR in the Championship. So he's got a lot of experience and not the highest rated, but can play both right and left back. And on a free, you can't really complain. And another deal done. This time is Toby Collier. There's no buy option, but he is joining us for the rest of the season. And it's going to be between him and O'Brien for that CDM spot. He's played left back for United before, so they're comparing him in that position. But realistically, I think he is going to be a DM for us. So, for example, some days it can be Collier and Sheaf, or even Collier and Iqbal. I wonder if they played together in the past. But as you can see, we do have a few ex-United players. And I mean, it's only right. Phil Jones is the manager. And guys, we are on a roll. George Urphy is joining Wrexham from West Ham on a 12-month loan. Obviously, West Ham went back up to the Prem. He needs a bit of experience, so we're going to bring him in. And hopefully that fills out our attacking positions a bit more. Going to be a bench player for the most part, but it's much needed. So going into the season, guys, this is what the squad depth is looking like. And I'm actually happy with it now. If anything happens to James Wilson, Broadhead can always go up front. And then we can play George Urphy in that cam. So I don't mind it. Is this enough to get promotion? I guess we'll see. So we made it to the end of the window, guys. As you can see, these are all the players we brought in. So Kumas, Hein, Urphy, Collier on loans, Drummer and Ashby on a free. We promoted some youngsters and we also loaned them out. So as you can see, quite a few got deals. Charlie Crew, someone we bought and then loaned straight back out. Hopefully, we'll be able to see some growth from some of these players. And Mo Fowl, I believe, is our biggest outgoing for 2 million. And guys, we've got an unexpected event. It's not an awful one, though. We've got 6 million left in the transfer budget, and they're saying none of it's carrying over till next summer. So in January, we've got 6 million to spend, which again is not a bad thing. We'll focus on that when the time comes. And guys, we've decided to do business straight away. We're talking to Ruben Amorim about bringing Toby Collier in on a permanent. And he's happy to join us on a 5-year deal. The only issue now is the wages. It is going to be a bit of a tough one. I think he's worth probably 35k. 35k a week should do it. And it does. Lovely stuff. Toby Collier is now a Wrexham player. I actually really like that signing. So guys, we've made it to January. And would you look at that? We are second. We are in contention for automatic promotion. We're in second place. Sheffield United, they got a 7-point advantage on us at the minute. We're 3 points clear of the playoffs. But, I mean, it's a tight run affair. There's only 5 points separating second and sixth. So, we'll see how we do. As for the starting lineup, this is what it's looking like. Now, Karl Heine is our best player on loan from Arsenal. He's up to 80 overall. Callum Doyle is 79 overall, doing really good. And you know what? Toby Collier has done the business. He is now captain, not club captain, but captain with the team. I think it's still Adam Webster who's club captain. And Comas, we need to be careful because he does have that 42.5 million release clause. And obviously, we want him to be a big part of this rebuild and us eventually lifting trophies. And as for the stats, guys, it paid off putting our trust in young James Wilson. Only 20 years old. The guy scored 14 goals in 25 games. He is an absolute beast. And Tahiv Chong is an absolute goal machine. He's got 14 goal involvements in the league and he even got a brace in the Carabao Cup. So really good from him. Broadhead is doing really well as well. The only thing I'm worried about is getting up there in age. He's now 29, so he's in his prime, but he will regress in a season or two. And the rest of the team's been doing really well. And guys, have a look at this guy, Ruben Stanley. He's still growing, guys. 70 overall at 18 years old. It won't be long until he's our starting keeper. Probably next season when Hang goes back, he could potentially become our starting keeper. And as for our budget, guys, we've only got 151k, so that's fine if that doesn't carry over. Let's keep going. And guys, we've got a huge game. It's up against Sheffield United, who we know are top of the league. Chance for us to close the gap a bit. And that means we're at Bramall Lane. Nice to see the stadium in the game as well. And I'm hoping that Phil Jones can get a new suit, because I don't know if you saw that, but that was a very funny looking suit right now. And a chance to get a look at some of our key players. Tahiv Chong, really good for us this season. Now 28, so he is approaching his prime. And we'll see how he performs today. And as for the Sheffield United team, some familiar faces. Lewis Brunt is starting and Cleworth is on the bench as well. They play a 3-back formation, so there should be plenty of space. And that's going to be for the likes of Tahiv Chong and Lewis Kumas, as they are our wingers for today. And this is how we're lining up. Hine, Doyle, Phillips, Drummer, Kakase, Collier, Sheaf, Kumas, Broadhead, Chong, and our star man up front, James Wilson. And Broadhead's got some room to run into. Disgusting challenge. How has he not got booked? Honestly, man, that is ridiculous. Just the talking to you, that is crazy. He's worked the ball well into James Wilson, still James Wilson, and he makes no mistake. He gives Wrexham the lead away from home against Sheffield United. That could be a big, big goal in the title race. Maybe even the Golden Boot race as well. But look at Phil Jones' jacket. Is it drenched or is it just broken? Or is that the style? I don't know. Sheffield United have worked some space here. No cross able to come in just yet. And it's booted out for a corner. I thought it was going to be half time. Apparently there is still time to take the corner. So we'll see what happens here. Corner comes in. It's not a very good one. Gets it clear again. And that should take us to half time. And Kumas can bring the ball forward. Gets it into Wilson. Wilson still on the ball. Oh, big save. He needed to get that goal. And James Wilson is through here. It's James Wilson to put the game to bed. He's made no mistake there. Sheffield United had way too many players forward. And it is a brace from young James Wilson. What a season he's having. And hopefully that's going to close the gap between us and the leaders. So guys, we've made it to the end of the season. The moment of truth. Are we going up to the Premier League? We are not. We have finished in third place. So Sheffield United and Leeds are automatically promoted. But we have made the playoffs. We could be facing Leicester. But we'll see how it goes. At least we are in the playoffs. And it means we do have a chance to get back in the Prem. In terms of top scorers, it looks like it's James Wilson taking the golden boot with 25 goals. Hudson-Odoi at Leeds getting 21, which is really interesting. Don't know if we had any other Wrexham players in the top 10. Doesn't look like we did. As for assists, that went to Nathan Broadhead as well. So the Wrexham players clearing up there. James Wilson could be on for player of the season, you know. 46 games, 7.43 average rating. We'll have a look and see who is player of the season. And here it is, guys, the team of the season. As you can see, we've got 3 Wrexham representatives. Dramer, who we brought in on a free, actually, done really well. Was right back of the season. Kekase was left back, and obviously James Wilson was so good. We're going to find out who player of the season is just in a second. And surely it's going to be James Wilson. We got Cantona presenting the award. And that is not James Wilson, is it? Reece Harrington has won player of the season. Not too sure who he is, who he plays for, but shout out to him, I guess. Disappointed that it wasn't James Wilson, though. So the first leg of the semi-final sees us up against Leicester. And they've got a few familiar faces. Ollie Skip, Patson Daka, Samari. A few players that I haven't seen before. And also like Harry Suter on the bench. Walt Feist, Mavididi, Winks. And so here goes. We lose 2-1. No, not good. Let's see if we can recover things in the home leg at the racecourse ground. And here we are. What's going to be the biggest game of a lot of these young players' careers. A chance to go up to the Premier League. Now, semi-final, we are down 2-1 at Leicester. But we are at home. We've got the home support. And hopefully, for a young team especially, that is going to make all the difference. Player to watch, Comas. 22 now. But he's had a good season for us. I can't wait to see the stats. But they're not going to matter much if we don't win the game. Here's our lineup. Familiar lineup. Nothing too different. One thing is, if we get promoted, I do want to change some of these numbers. I think James Wilson has well deserved the number 9. And as for Leicester, we had a glimpse of where it could be. Sota is starting. They've got Samari there. El Khanous playing as well. And up front, oh, they have Mark Yu. I didn't know that. Mark Yu and Patson Daka. Okay, it's a good team. Let's see who comes out on top. Collier on the ball. Gets it into Tahith Chong. He's looking for a bit of support. Finds James Wilson. On the turn. He's really quick. James Wilson with the shot, but well wide, unfortunately. Broadhead on the ball. He's got Wilson ahead of him. Wilson on his left. Makes no mistake. And that is 1-0 on the day. 2-2 on aggregate. He should be running for the ball because we still need another goal. But James Wilson showing why he won the Golden Boot this season. Chong wins it in a good area. Makes the run in behind. Still Tahith Chong. No one's really closed him. Tahith Chong with the shot and Tahith Chong with the goal. What a signing he's proved to be. Gets the goal and takes us ahead. Currently, as things stand, we are heading into the EFL Championship playoff final. We are going to Wembley. I thought a lot of people probably thought he was going to cut that back, but he took things into his own hands, smashed it past the keeper, and that gives us the goal advantage. 2-0 Wrexham. Wrexham get the ball again. This time it is Comas on the ball. Looking for some support. Gets it into Wilson. Finds Toby Collier. Looking for more support. Gets it back to Wilson. What a goal this could be. And that is going to put the game to bed. Tiki-taka football in the... Is it like the east of Wales? Doesn't matter. In Wales, Wrexham have the lead. 3-0. A brace from James Wilson. Look at this football, guys. Absolutely magnificent. Great composure from the top scorer as well. And that should put us into the final. And what a performance from the lads. Congratulating each other. We managed to get through to the playoff final. The one game, the most expensive game in football. Will we be able to do it? Well, let's see. And here we are, guys. We're at Wembley Stadium. And it's time. The playoff final. What we've all been waiting for. The trophy's there. Whoever wins is in the Premier League next season. And this is the Ipswich team. Ben Johnson. Is that Charlie Crew? That's who we have on loan to them. That's interesting. McAteer's there. Jack Clark, Hurst. It's an interesting team. I think we are better than them, especially because Charlie Crew's playing in that midfield. I know him to be about 70, 71 overall. So that's really interesting. Probably should have put a clause in that he couldn't play against us, but I mean, this is what happens in FIFA. Our lineup, same as the previous game. We are in the away strip this time. And it's going to be Toby Collier captaining the team. So it will be him lifting the trophy. I was stuck between him and Callum Doyle, but I do like Collier. I think he's got a big future for us. So all that leaves now is for us to win the game. Let's see how we do. Great work from Sheaf into Broadhead. Back to Wilson. Wilson on the ball. Gets it onto his right. Gets the finesse shot off. What a save that is. And, ooh, that's a back pass, no? I don't know about that one, but get away with it. Ipswich have managed to beat the press. And this Taylor bringing the ball forward. Gets it to Jack Clark. And he's beat Dramer. He's beat Collier. And Phillips has to come in with the challenge. What a challenge that is. Pressure's not done yet. Manages to get past Dramer again. Phillips comes over to help. Misses it. Big save, Carl Hine. And Phillips manages to get it clear. But Ipswich started off the stronger of the two teams. And they're not done. Humphreys on the ball. Good tackle from Doyle. Back to Humphreys. And big save, Carl Hine yet again. But he's made a huge mistake. And he's made up for it with a crazy save. Doyle does no messing about. Gets it clear to Comas. Comas has got a bit of space here. He's looking for a pass. No one really open. Has to go back to Broadhead. Gives it to Collier. Finds Taif Chong. Taif Chong with the shot. It's another big save from the keeper. It's corner coming in. And corner coming in from Taif Chong. Phillips is there unmarked. Oh, but it's straight at the keeper. Really got to make one of these chances count. Sheaf on the ball. Gets it to Broadhead. Chong's running behind here. Taif Chong straight at the keeper yet again. We've got to make that count. Another big save from Palmer. Wow. Oh, and James Wilson's won it in a great area. James Wilson on the ball. Still James Wilson. And James Wilson has done it, guys. We finally made the pressure count. James Wilson with his 4th goal in 3 games. And wow, he pounced on that. Let's see the replay there, because Ipswich done well, but then he just managed to get that interception. He's got the pace. Keeper probably should come out there, but not going to phase James Wilson. And now Ipswich are going to have to do everything they can if they want to keep their dreams of getting promoted alive. Oh, and Phillips wins it. Great defending, and then manages to get it clear. Not clear enough though, because it's dropped for Clark, who gets the shot off. Hine with the save, and Hine has to gather the second time of asking. But wow, we are fortunate. And Ipswich, they're still struggling to get the ball forward. It's now or never. And they're being forced back. And they can't get the ball forward. They've run out of time. And that is going to do it, guys. Oh, we can breathe a sigh of relief, because we are finally in the Prem. I think, what, 3 years it took us. We're out of the Championship. And it looks like, we are heading to the Premier League, guys. And back in Wrexham, it says Wrexham, England. Oh man, Wrexham, Wales. The fans are loving it. And obviously we're going to be presented with a trophy lifted by Captain Toby Collier. Should it be Collier? Should it be Callum Doyle? Let me know in the comments what you think. I mean, both are really young. Adam Webster was captain for a while, but he hasn't been in the starting lineup for a little while either. So that's why he's not captain. But I think Toby Collier, he's done enough this season to warrant being able to lift the trophy. And you love to see it, guys. Now, we have made it to the Premier League. Do we have what it takes to stay there? I guess we'll see. And guys, in terms of stats on the season, as you can see, James Wilson led the way. 31 goals, 6 assists, plus 6 growth, guys. He's now 77 overall. He is easily going to be Prem quality in no time. Taif Chong, 77 overall as well. 17 goal involvements on the season. Nathan Broadhead, now 30. So we may need to be looking at maybe a replacement long term, but guys, 14 goals and 18 assists is absolutely ridiculous. Amazing season from him. Comat's done really well. Now up to 80. One thing we are going to need to worry about is that release clause. Hopefully he'll be willing to accept a new contract soon enough so we can bump that up. But I reckon we will receive bids for him in the coming summer. Georgia, he done okay. Not worth us trying to keep him. If we were to keep a lone player, it would be Carl Hein, 14 clean sheets in 55 games, plus 3 to his overall, 81 rated now. Would be great to have him coming in the coming season. But we do have Ruben Stanley, 72 overall now. And Arthur Okonkwo, he didn't actually grow. So I'm thinking we either risk it with Stanley or we loan him out for another season and then buy a keeper, maybe an older keeper or a free agent. But really like the squad that we've built, guys. Let me know what you think. And if you've made it this far, do me a big favor, leave a like and hit subscribe, guys. We're still a small channel trying to grow. So all the support we can get helps a bunch. And without further ado, let's have a look at this next season. But before we get there, Scott Mateus, by the way, plus 9 to his overall. Absolutely amazing. And guys, in terms of cup competitions, round 3 of the FA Cup, round 2 of the EFL Cup. Hopefully we can get a cup run going at some point. But let's get into the next season. Let's evaluate the squad and let's see what we can do.